All right. My little ones, enjoyed the Zoom call with you the other day. Don't ever hesitate to call and ask for that if you need it. Okay, Algebra 1, Lesson 95, page 395. This lesson looks like it's super, super hard, and it's not. So just calm down. All they're going to ask you is some basic shapes of things. What we've done in the past is this. Y equals, x plus 1. This is a linear equation. Even more simple, y equals x. This is a linear equation. There's no exponent. If you put it on a graph, it's just going to look like that. It is a straight line. This is the characteristic shape of a linear equation. It is a straight line. Okay? All we're going to do today is learn the characteristic shapes of different kinds of equations. You don't have to graph them or anything else yet. You just have to know what they look like. Okay? So, easiest one, this is called a quadratic. Y equals x squared. It could be something, like this. Y equals 2, if I could write, x squared plus 4, whatever. Okay? But this is just a basic shape. It's a quadratic. Okay? This is not a line. Okay? It's a quadratic. The basic shape of this thing here, and y equals x squared, a quadratic equation, is that right there. All right? That's all it is. It comes down, it goes up. Okay? Now we're going to learn if there's numbers out front, plus or minus numbers over here. It takes this basic shape and it moves it left, right, up, down. It could narrow it, widen it, but this is the basic shape. Y equals x squared, that's the basic shape. If there's a negative in front of it, y equals negative x squared, the shape's the same, it just flips it over. So this is a quadratic. These are all in your book. You just have to look at them, say, oh, that's what that is. Next one. This is a cube. Y equals x to the third. Y equals x to the third. This one's kind of fun. Okay, if you went to graph it, you put the numbers in, the T thing, put a bunch of numbers in. It's going to look something like this. Okay, it comes up, it turns, for this one here, that's supposed to be on the origin to 0. It comes up. This is the shape of an x to the third function. Again, if we put numbers on front of it, if we add or subtract numbers here, it can move it up, down, left, right, make it wider, make it narrower, but basic shape. Same thing here. If we put the negative in front of it, okay, all it does is it takes it down the other direction, like this. All right? This is not hard. Just that's what it looks like. X to the third, it's that funny little thing. Y equals the square root of x. Okay, y equals the square root of x. Again, now you understand, this can never be a negative number. You all get that, right? Never. So it's going to start here and it's going to go like this. It's going to start here and it's going to go like that because it can never be negative. Now, if I have a negative not in it but in front of it, what do you think happens? Well, by George, it does this. All right? How about this one? Y equals negative x. There's the other one. All right? Same thing. A function with a radical, it's going to look something like that. Again, with a number out front, a number inside here can make it go up faster, go up slower, go left, right, up, down. All those things are possible, all right? But that's the basic shape. Okay, next one we have here is y equals the absolute value of x. Again, doesn't matter if x is negative. If y is negative, doesn't matter. If x is negative, y is always going to be positive. Doesn't matter because what comes out of there, right? So this looks like that. Okay, what that's saying is, it doesn't matter. Negative numbers in x, positive numbers in y. Negative number in x, positive y. Positive numbers in x, positive number in y. Always. If you put the negative not in it, but in front of it, there's its basic shape. Okay? There's nothing to doing here. They're not asking you to graph these. Make sure I'm just right here, okay? Look at the practice real quick. You have f of x, you have g of x, you have h of x, and you have k of x. F of x is a quadratic. G of x is a absolute value and absolute value. H of x is a cubic function. K of x is a radical. So when you look at, I know what they're asking for. On A, show below are 4 shapes. For each shape, identify which function has a graph that most resembles it. So number 1, is it going to be f of x, g of x, h of x, or k of x? Okay, and number 2, what's it going to be? The answer that you write down in the book is h of x, g of x, k of x, whatever its shape is. Okay, and then down below, shown below are 4 shapes, match the shape with the function. Exact same thing, okay? Just tell me which function it is. Is it f of x? Is it g of x, h of x, or k of x? That's all it is. This is not hard. Don't freak out on this. It's kind of fun, actually. Just learn what the shapes are and identify.